audience, Assalamu alaikum. A gracious welcome to you all on the third and pre-quarter round of the very first inter-school English debate competition organized by Bangladesh Television Chattogram Center. Perspective can make two people look into the same topic and come up with completely two different pictures, and that difference of outlook is resulting in debate. Many people tend to make an arbitrary statement in a disagreement and turn that into an argument instead of a logical discussion. But that logical discussion is what we call debate. Debate provides essential skills for students. It helps a student to build their confidence, develop their critical thinking skills, and also start to respect their peers and do more collaborative works. Along with that, it also helps students to become really conscious about timing and to be very careful about what to say and what not to say. These qualities not only make students into a better debater, but also turns them into really strong and skilled citizens of our country. And that brings so much hope for me and for the nation we have, because these debaters here today looks really confident, and I feel like they would be making their argument based on logic and reasoning. On that very good note, I, your host, Prapanti Chakrabarti, would love to invite you all to come along and enjoy our very lively debate competition participated by two competed teams. Today, the selected motion for the debate competition is: employees working from home brings more benefits than harms for companies. The team for the motion belongs to Faujdarhat Cadet College, Chattogram. The team against the motion belongs to Noakhali Zilla School. Speakers for the motion are Cadet Golam Morshed Rafi, Cadet Sajid Abdullah, Cadet Shafin Jawed Mugthu. Speakers against the motion are Mostafizur Rahman Tanzim, Mohammad Faizus Salehin, Talha Mahmud. The honorable adjudicators of today's session are Mohammad Nasiruddin, former president, North-South University Debate Club and director, Woodpecker; Mohammad Abdul Majid, ex-debater, accounts and audit officer, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh; Yasir Silmi, chairman in charge, Department of Journalism and Media Studies, BGC Trust University, Bangladesh. The topics on which our honorable judges are going to assign marks in the constructive round are Presentation 5, Language and Pronunciation 10, Presentation of Theory and Information 15, Argumentation and Rebuttal 10. The topics on which our honorable judges are going to assign marks in the rebuttal round are Presentation 5, Language and Pronunciation 5, Argumentation and Rebuttal 20. Dear viewers, now I would love to introduce our honorable moderator of today's program, who will be conducting the entire competition and announce the results at the end. The honorable moderator of today's session is Professor Muhammad Khalid bin Chaudhary, Chair Department of English, BGC Trust University, Bangladesh. Now, I would most humbly like to request you, sir, to come up on the stage and take your seat. Before we start the debate, I would like to inform you about the time and order of each debater. Each debater will get 5 minutes to present his speech. An alarming bell will ring on the 4th minute, and the final bell will ring on the 5th minute. In the rebuttal round, both the team leaders will get 2 minutes each. Alarming bell will ring on 1.5 minutes, and the final bell will ring on the 2nd minute. Dear audience, before getting on with the competition, I would like to inform you that from now onwards, you can not only watch our episodes on your television set, but also on Facebook and YouTube. Tune in on facebook.com/btvchattogram and www.youtube.com/@btvchattogram. Now, I would most humbly like to request our honorable moderator to preside over the competition and start the debate.
The topic of today's debate competition is employees working from home brings more benefits than harms for companies. The two competing teams of today's debate session are for the motion, Faujdarhat Cadet College, Chattogram, and the team speaking against the motion is Noakhali Zilla School. Let's now start our debate competition first. The first speaker who is going to speak for the motion is Cadet Golam Morshed. I would like to request Cadet Golam Morshed to speak for the motion.
Most respected moderator, judicious panel of adjudicators, my dear opponents, and enlightened audience. Assalamu alaikum and a very good day to you all. Today in this first inter-school English debate competition for the year 2023, the topic that has been selected is employees working from home bring more benefits than harm for our companies. And our staunch stand is in favor of the motion. Respected moderator, today's topic throws light on 4 important aspects. First, employees and companies. Second, working from home. Third, benefits and harms of working from home. And fourth, the most vital point of today's debate, which happens to be if employees working from home bring more benefits than harm for companies or not. According to Longman's Dictionary of Contemporary English, a company is a business organization that makes or sells products or services in order to earn a profit. And employees are those professionals who do some specific duties for the companies in order to get compensation or benefits. I will elaborate the other 3 aspects of my speech in the further deliver. Traditionally, employees work on specific sites or maybe corporate headquarters of a company, but now we're living in the 21st century. The age has been marked with technological advancement. So changes here, changes there, and changes happen to be everywhere. Our job nature has also been changed, and the concept of remote working has been changed as well. So more and more companies are offering out a lot of remote job positions. Not only that, Amazon, USA's largest multinational company, is offering a lot of remote job positions. So my dear opponents, why do you think Amazon does this? Don't you think it is beneficial towards them? That's why they do it? Please, you answer. Respected moderator, our wise opponent friends might ask, what about the manufacturing companies which need their employees to be physically present in order for management and production? Well, dear friends, first of all, it is out of the box of the topic, and second of all, it is worth mentioning that these kind of companies can never be managed through remote working because of the reason, well, the production can never be managed. Not only that, if you still haven't bring this into the debate today, then it is going to be more of a situation like tigers grazing and ostrich flying. August gathering. Let me present a comparative study between the pros and cons of working from home presented by Jennifer Harity, a career service professional, published in Indeed.com, dated 28 February 2023. In the article, we see the benefits of working from home are more independence, less expenses, improved technical skills, more work flexibility, collaborate about location grants and incentives, increased satisfaction, provide work-life balance, increased productivity, improved communication skills, no office distraction, build a professional network, reduction in work absence, provides more job opportunities, and so on. But interestingly, she mentioned very few harms like less outdoor exercises, distraction at home, and sometimes isolation. So I'm guessing you can clearly see what is more beneficial here. August gathering. The Business Post makes a report on April 14, 2023. A total of 1.5 million freelancers are out there contributing about $1 billion of remittance to our country. So don't you think that out of this amount of remittance, the companies are not benefited from? Question remains. Respected moderator, at this, my friends here might say that freelancing is not employment. But dear friends, what we mentioned here just now consists of mostly nationally formed freelancing agencies which happen to get the biggest of contracts and contribute the most. Regarding this situation, Planning Minister M.M. Anand said in a conference that the size of Bangladesh's economy is increasing due to the contribution of freelancers, and in addition to that, huge amount of remittance are brightening the country's image in the global market. My dear opponents, I must say that these are all the contribution of none other than the remote workers. It is also worth mentioning that Richard Branson, founder of Virgin Galactic Group, said, "Remote work is the way of the future. Nobody's really meant to be chained to a desk." Unquote. Again, according to the Daily Star, November 18th, 2022, e-commerce industry has run along an upward graph for a while now. In 2016, the e-commerce market of our country saw a whopping $50 million in investment, off of which $10 million directly came from foreign institutions. It is also worth mentioning that our country's e-commerce liquidity is expected to be worth over $8 billion, and it is a market which is expected to grow with an annual rate of 22.27%. That means by the end of 2025, the liquidity is going to reach over $15 billion. August House. It is to be mentioned that e-commerce is solely a business venture which depends upon remote workers. Dear opponents, the global e-commerce market is expected to be worth $5.5 trillion. And if it converted to billions, $5,500 billion. So don't you think, out of this amount of liquidity, the companies are not benefited from? Please, the answer. Respected moderator, according to Forbes.com, June 12, 2023, 93% of employers themselves, I'd like to repeat myself, 93% of employers themselves like to conduct remote job offers. Not only that, about 16% of companies worldwide operate completely on remote workers. So we firmly believe that employees working from home bring more benefits than harms for companies. With this, I'd like to conclude my speech here. Thank you, respected moderator, judicious panel of educators. Thank you all.
Now, I would like to request Mostafizur Rahman Tanzim, the first speaker from Noakhali Zilla School, to speak against the motion.
I want to start my debate by showing that every example can be an exception. Every exception can be an example. My learned opponent has given a lot of examples, but they have shown a very few data, and I want to also recite that every company is not as big as Amazon. Thank you, Honorable Moderator, for giving me a chance to talk about this topic. Today, the motion of our debate is employees working from home brings more benefits than harm to companies. We are standing against the motion. As the first speaker, I will try to delineate our team's stance and provide a perfect definition. Honorable Moderator, unfortunately, we have expected that our learned opponents will give a perfect definition for today's topic, but unfortunately they haven't. So to clarify this gap, I want to clear the definition today. If you notice today's topic, there are a total of 3 main points we can define. Point number 1, employees working from home. According to Cambridge Dictionary, employee is an individual who is paid or hired by a company or an organization, and according to the context, employees working from home are those individuals who are hired by an organization and works remotely. Point number 2, benefits for a company. According to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, benefit is something that produces a good or helpful result. And for a company, these benefits can be improved productivity, a better workforce, enhanced collaboration, etc. Point number 3, harms for a company. According to the Britannica Dictionary, the word harm refers to damage, negative impact, or hurt caused to someone or something. In this case, the company. For example, the poor financial management of a company, employee dissatisfaction, reputational damage, etc. Honorable Moderator, before starting the debate, I want to mention 2 main points. Today, in our world, there may be employees who are working from home, and there may be employees who are working from office. But according to the topic, the employees who are working from office are out of our debate. And Honorable Moderator, and I want to show another point is that there may be benefits of working from home. We don't working from home office, working from home, and we don't disagree with that. But the main point is whether working from home has more benefits than harm, and we will prove that working from home doesn't have more benefits than harm. Honorable Moderator, so keeping these in mind, let's dive into our main arguments. Honorable Moderator, today we will be discussing a total of 3 main arguments to prove that why working from home is not as great as we think, and it has a very few fallbacks. Point number 1, working from home can impact the employee's productivity. Point number 2, how working from home makes it harder for the overall collaboration for a company. And point number 3, how working from home harms an employee's autonomy and obligation. And to prove these arguments, we are going to provide logical reasoning and a lot of sub-points. To prove the first argument, we will be showing how working from home creates mental and physical health issues for the company, and how working from home creates distraction and lack of environment for the employees, how improper logistics support can reduce the productivity of those who are working from home, and how cybersecurity concern can be a major issue for those who are working from home. To prove the second argument, we're going to show how working from home harms the work-life balance, how working from home reduces teamwork and collaboration, and how working from home can collapse the professional and personal life. And at last, to prove our last argument, we will be establishing that how working from home can ruin the company culture and employee evaluation, which is very, very important for a particular company. Honorable Moderator, without further ado, let's dive into my main argument. According to Forbes, most remote workers express negative mental health issues such as isolation and struggling to disconnect from work. And it is not my word, it is the word of the report published by Forbes. And about 60%, Honorable Moderator, I repeat, about 60% who are working from home are feeling loneliness. Not only that, Honorable Moderator, a University of Southern California study discovered that About 64% of remote workers are feeling different health problems like back pain, neck pain, and eye strain. Honorable moderator, this problem can harm the overall benefits and the overall productivity of the employees. And dear opponents, how if the working from home can harm the employees' overall productivity, how you can ensure that working from home is the best way to work? Honorable moderator, secondly, I want to also say that according to job list survey, working from home comes with various distractions. Over half, 53.1% of respondents said remote work makes it harder to focus due to juggling family works, household tasks alongside the work. These interruptions might harm the time management and overall productivity of the employees. And when the employees' productivity is harmed, the overall product of the companies will be also harmed. This is not when an employee is surrounded by his family, his favorite books, his personal item, he might divide his attention into those, and this helps to reduce their productivity and time management. Not only that, honorable moderator, while working from home, when we can work better, when we will have a better infrastructure, but it is not true every time. According to Time 2030, that almost 35% of remote workers lack proper logistic support, and that's it, honorable moderator. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Now I would like to request Cadet Sajid Abdullah, the second speaker, to speak for the motion.
Imagine a world where you can earn with comfort within the vicinity of your very homes. It might seem a distant concept, but the choice we make today will shape that very future. Respected moderator, prudent panel of judges, my learned opponents and enlightened presence, Assalamu alaikum. Debate goes on, and today I welcome you all to this side of the house where I and my team are standing for the very justified motion, which is employees working from home brings more benefits than harm for the companies. Dear opponents, my first speaker has already clarified this topic, so I shall get right on it. Let me draw your kind attention to a report published by the New York Times on 20th of July 2021 in an article entitled The Battle to Overcome the Benefits of Working from Home. And according to it, in a McKinsey survey, almost 2/3 of the US workers said they wanted to work from home remotely at least 3 days a week, even after the pandemic was over. They all recommended that working from home is way more flexible and easier for them. August gathering. Working from home is a technological advancement. Our government is proceeding in a way to make our country smart Bangladesh by the year 2041. And it was declared by our Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina on 12th of December 2022. Confronting that, the Daily Star reported on 14th of May 2023 in an article entitled Working from Home, a Reality, mentioning as the world evolves, so does the way we work. The concept of working from home is taken for self-employment now has become a necessity for people all around the world. It is expected that working from home will persist due to technological advancement like reduced commute time, higher productivity, and improved work-life balance. Respected moderator, a report by Our Labs in 2021 titled A State of Remote Work found that 55% of the workers said that they worked more hours remotely than in a physical office. Again, 32% of those surveyed by Our Labs said that they would quit their jobs if they are not allowed to do remote working. So, my dear opponents, if the workers themselves are not motivated enough to do their work, how can they ever be productive? I demand an answer. My opponent's first speaker has said that technological and logistical issues is a hindrance of working from home. But let me prove you wrong. The easiest work done from home is graphic designing. And you'll be surprised to know that Adobe Illustrator, the largest graphic designing company, offered their employees $84 per hour, making $25,000 a month. And their global success rate is 98%. Source Finance Online on 24 July 2022. So, after seeing their success rate, I must say that it is useless to think employees working from home brings harm for the companies. But if you still deny, then I must say, my opponents, you are drowning in the Dead Sea. Enlightened presence. We're all familiar with Dell, Philips, and FedEx. These are hybrid companies which allow their employees to work from home, and despite of it, they're chasing the sky in the race of success. Our country is also getting ahead in the field of economy with hybrid companies like Persona, Tilio, and more. My dear opponents, we are not denying that there are disadvantages of working from home, but it is not causing any kind of harm at all for the companies, and it is proved by seeing the progress of TTEC, Hopper, United Health Group, and more. Respected moderator, my team first speaker has already given you a taste of freelancing, and now let me show you its power in the economic world. Upwork, the largest platform for freelancing, is worth to be $1.97 billion US. The total number of freelancers is 1.57 billion people, out of a total global workforce of 3.38 billion people. Source Dhaka Tribune of 14 February. So, my dear opponents, is it still fair to think that employees working from home brings harm more than companies? I insist and answer. My wise opponents, you must have collected your data and information from Google, knowing its authenticity and successfulness. But do you know that Google itself is also a hybrid company which allows their employees to work from home? Again, I think you're all familiar with the CEO of Meta, formerly known as Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, who also started his journey from working from home. And he once said, I quote, "People are more productive when they're working from home. Some people thought it might fall apart, but it hadn't," I unquote. My dear opponents, when the intellect themselves are agreeing with this fact, then who are we to argue about it? Please remind it of yourself. Respected moderator, now is the age of science and technology. In this digital era, rushing to the office and working from 9 to 5 feels like the 1960s. We have to adapt and mitigate working from home. That allows the employees to utilize their skills and workmanship freely and be productive for the companies, resisting all the disadvantages of in-office work. It definitely proves the fact, less labor and more productivity. My opponent's first speaker has said that exception is not an example, and say that Amazon is a company that we are only mentioning. But it's true, it's wrong, because we have already mentioned that Dell, Philips, FedEx, TTEC, United Group, and more. These are all hybrid companies which allow their employees to touch the sky. Last but not least, technology advances and mythology dispenses. Similarly like that, sun is always round, but the moon appears with a changed shape. So, my dear opponents, employees working from home is a new type of situation for the employees to adapt with the incoming features, and which is without a doubt more beneficial for the company's progressiveness and prosperity. Hence, I request my opponents to stop squibbling around the fences and also straddling the fences, and without a doubt enjoy our venture by recognizing the fact that employees working from home brings more benefit than harm for the companies. With this optimistic hope, I have to conclude my speech here. Thank you, respected moderator, judgment of judges, and elected president for your kind and patient hearing.
Now I would like to request Mostafizur Salihin, the second speaker, to speak against the motion.
Honorable moderator, our today's debate is focusing on the company, not on employees. But both of the debaters of our opponent has focused on what employees want, which is out of the context, honorable moderator. Thank you, honorable moderator, for giving me the floor. Honorable moderator, judicial panel of judges, and learned opponent, greetings. The motion of our today's debate is employees working from home brings more benefits than harms for companies. Raising my voice against the motion. Honorable moderator, a company is run by its employees. If the employees are not fit, then the company is also not fit. If the employees are being unproductive, distracted, and individualistic, in spite of being team player, then surely the company is in danger. And my first speaker has already shown how working from home harms the employees' health and mentality, how working from home creates distraction, and how it's a hindrance to get proper logistic support. Honorable moderator, all of us may know a famous proverb that when in Rome, do as the Romans do. That means we must do the work none other than where the work should have been done. Similarly, we must accept the fact that home is for our personal life and office is for our professional life. They are two different things. But when our personal life and our professional life collapse with each other, when they mess up with each other, it cannot bring benefit from any of them. See, when I'm in home, I'm not being monitored by CCTV camera. I'm also using my personal device, not an official device. I can easily turn off my camera, turn off my audio, and can easily enjoy a movie or a music. None of my colleagues or my boss is behind me. No one is giving me any obligation. I can easily be distracted, and we are being distracted. A survey by Glassdoor on 1,000 remote workers of US shows 32%. I repeat, 1/3 of employees say that watching TV is a top distraction while working from home, followed by 27% who say family managing is a great distraction. Honorable moderator, we also don't have the exact same work environment, logistic support at home. So, respected learned opponent, are you giving us the assurance that all of those who are working from home has the exact same work environment as the office? Are you giving us the assurance that everyone who works from home has a professional vibe with proper logistic support and with high-speed internet service in his living place? Do you really think there will be a pin drop silence in everyone's home with zero distraction? If yes, then how? If not, then which one is better? Everyone can guess. From the very beginning, on the basis of data, on the basis of logic, we have been showing how working from home causes health issues, how it hampers to get proper logistic support, how employees face distraction, and how their personal and professional life collapse. And as a result of all of this, a company loses its productivity and face lack of collaboration, which is an ultimate loss for a company. And this is not my fabrication. I have statistics for them. Forbes published a report of National Bureau of Economic Research, USA, one of the most credible economic research organization in the world. And guess what the report says? Employees who were assigned to work from home full-time were 18%, I repeat, were 18% less productive than in-office employees. An old lab study on more than 2,000 American workers found that 60% managers, I repeat, 60% managers experienced that workers are less productive when they are working from home. Besides productivity losing, companies are also facing lackings in collaboration, which is hampering their teamwork and creating a hindrance to execute ideas. These are not my fabrication. I also have statistics for them. A 2022 survey from Glassdoor shows that 40% remote workers feel isolated from their colleagues, and 31% struggle to build up relationship with their line manager and with their senior colleagues, which is obvious because no matter what you say, but face-to-face connectivity is always a better option than virtual connectivity. Yes, I agree that sometimes virtual connectivity can save some time of our employees, but but on the other hand, it will be a threat to their health. It will be a big distraction for them. It will create lacking in collaboration. It will reduce productivity and work efficiency of a company. And exactly all of these points, I and my team has been proving on the basis of data, logic, and argument. If a company has a strong background and if it is properly managed, then working from home can be cost saving, but still for a very short time. Because in long run, working from home is not a better option in terms of cost efficiency. See, what the employees need if they want to work from home? They need digital device, high-speed internet, and machinery support. Now, as a company, we have two options. Either you will give them this logistics support, or you will not. In the first scenario, if the company supplies devices, internet, and machinery support to employees, then clearly it is not cost efficient. And in the second scenario, if the employees need to bear the expenses of device, bear the expenses of high-speed internet by himself, then surely his living cost will rise. Then the employees will demand more wages, and the company have to increase their salary. That means in both cases, working from home is not cost efficient at all. Now, honorable moderator, and I want to summarize by saying that remote working causes distraction, causes physical and mental health problem, hampers cost management, hampers productivity, hampers work efficiency, hampers cyber security. Thank you, honorable moderator. Thank you, sir.
Now I'd like to request Cadet Shafin Jawed Mugda, the team leader from Faujdarhat Cadet College, to speak for the motion.
Thank you, respected moderator, for giving me the floor. As we navigate through the seas of discourse, our journey has been marked by intellect, passion, and a pursuit of truth. So at this culminating juncture, I am here to weave together the threads of our arguments, creating a tapestry of insight that will both illuminate and resonate our opponent's way of thinking. Yes, most esteemed moderator, judicious panel of judges, and August gathering. Assalamu alaikum. Today's debatable topic is employees working from home brings more benefits than harms for companies. And for some very genuine and concrete facts, me and my team are speaking in favor of the motion. So there's no time for further addressing, so I shall get right along with my speech. So long, both the speakers of my team had left a bunch of questions for our dear opponents to answer, but unfortunately, most of them were left unaddressed. I sincerely hope that me and my team won't be left curious for answers by the time our learned opponents have ended all their logic. Respected moderator, our opponent's first speaker and second speaker have given the same logics because obviously they are definitely out of it. They said that social interaction is limited or even non-existent in many remote workplaces, mentioning it as one of the harmful sides of working from home. But my dear opponents, this problem can easily be overcome. Remember, we are living in a digital era. Remote workers or employees working from home can easily solve this issue by injecting some sort of social interaction into the day, even if it is online. Then again, scheduling one-on-one Zoom coffee chats with teammates, or even starting a conversation at a Slack channel dedicated to getting to know one another. But August presence. According to the second speaker of my team, in relevance with what we are trying to prove, the interaction limitation is not even a barrier for the amount of people who are willing to work from their homes. So my dear opponents, these are not just mere facts, but the present reality itself. Respected moderator, after all of this commotion, can we not all settle down on an ultimatum that our opponents have been beating about the bush? The arguments that they have provided makes me think we are comparing the flow of rivers with the flow of oceans. And the similar was actually stated by the great scientist Albert Einstein. I quote, "The best work is done when you are not even aware that you're working," I unquote. In response to this, how can a person working from home not enjoy their work while being cozy to all the household amenities? But in the corporate battlefields, my dear opponents, the very exact opposite is seen. So tell me, my dear opponents, is an employee working from home bringing more benefits for the companies, or an office nerd? The question remains. Moving on, the second speaker has also mentioned that it could cost companies a fortune in order to buy the technological tools necessary for it to be remote. But my dear opponents are just well-wishing for the employees to work in offices, although let us take the company Automatic, a global remote company, for an example. In 2017, they shut down all their offices and told their 1,000 employees that they could work from wherever they like, which is now across 70-plus countries. And guess what, my dear opponents? This company is estimated to be worth up to $3 billion. I repeat, $3 billion. So what you have mentioned as harm, my dear opponents, have been proved completely wrong by my given logics. Then again, by offering remote work options, companies can significantly decrease their energy consumption and also utility bills without sacrificing productivity or performance standards. With innovative remote working strategies, businesses can access a global pool of talent without ever needing to relocate their offices. So not only does remote working increase productivity, but it also reduces the overall costing of the employees of a company. So tell me, my dear opponents, is it not giving more benefits and harm for the companies? I insist for an answer.
Respected moderator and prudent educators, my opponent's first speaker has also said that working from home can be very stressful. But working from home is not only beneficial for the companies, but also a blessing for the employees themselves. By 2025, it is projected that roughly 36.2 million people of the US will be working from their homes, according to Zippia, a job hunting company of the US. Moreover, Owl Labs research has revealed that 70% of the survey correspondents revealed that virtual meetings are less stressful than that of the in-person meetings. And remote workers also enjoy flexible scheduling, which can reduce absenteeism, and there is no need to take a day off here and there to meet personal obligations if you offer benefits such as time flexibility. And since employees working from home don't have a loud environment and the distractions of office chatter, they can concentrate better. But do you still think that working from home is stressful, my dear opponents? I expect a satisfactory answer. August presents. Let us all delve into the life of a software engineer of Google who works from his home. In his 20s, known as Devin, he has revealed that he only works for an hour a day and yet earns an annual salary of $150,000. I repeat, $150,000, which is roughly equivalent to 1.6 crore taka. He also shared insights into his daily routine, which goes like this. He wakes up at 9 a.m. He takes his breakfast, he then works for 1 hour until around 11 a.m. or noon, and afterward, the rest of his day is dedicated to his startup, as reported by Insider. So, my dear opponents, if more people like Devin are working without any remorse, won't they shine light for their respective companies? The question speaks for itself. My dear opponents, it is the undeniable truth that the remote workers are bringing both name and fame for their companies by providing less amount of work compared to that of in-office workers, but yet getting higher results. So, in conclusion, let our voices find their rest. In the sanctuary of minds, let's invest. As the sun sets on this verbal ballet, may empathy and unity have their own say. As we draw the curtains on this debate, let us all accept the indisputable fact that the employees working from home are indeed bringing more benefits than harms for the companies. And this is how I conclude here. Thank you, August Gathering, for your patience hearing.
Now I would like to request Talha Mahmood from Noakhali Zilla School to speak against the motion.
Systems are akin to two-faced coins, with one side reflecting benefits and the other side reflecting drawbacks and harms. And in the world of systems, every choice carries inherent trade-offs. It's a delicate equilibrium between benefits and drawbacks that ultimately define their effectiveness. And in this context of remote work or working from home, where the flaws outweigh the benefits, it can significantly impact on a company's overall efficiency and productivity. Honorable moderator, judicial panel of judges and learned opponents, greetings. Today's motion of the debate is employees working from home brings more benefit than harms for a company. Standing and raising our voice strongly against the motion. There's surely benefits and harms in the both sides of the coins, but the debating point is which side will win the toss, whether it brings more or not. And in this context, our stance should firmly assert that the remote work brings more harm than benefits for a company. Presenting enough assortment of information and data, the first two speakers of my team have already substantiated our stance today, and now I'll soon come up with proving our standpoint again. Honorable moderator, the first speaker has presented three major arguments, and the first two speakers has described the first two major arguments, and I will come up with the third argument, autonomy and obligations. Honorable moderator, what are the parameters we can set to evaluate any system that brings harm or benefits for a company? Work efficiency, cost effectiveness, employees' productivity. Honorable moderator, throughout the debate, we have shown by our arguments that how working from home brings more harms as it never meet any of these parameters. We have shown employees' distractions, mental health issues, lack of logistic supports, lack of collaborations, which directly harms the work efficiencies and employees' productivity when working from home. When an employee works long hours with no breaks and no engagement with the employees, with others, that are pretty close to employee burnout. A study shows burnt out employees are 2.6 times as likely to actively seeking a different job, which refers to employee turnover, and this turnover can cause us financial loss to a company through data breaches, which I will explain further. And 63% burnt out employees are more likely to take a sick day. What hampers productivity? What hampers work efficiencies? Whether these two factors significantly influence company success and long-term viability, that is how working from home brings more harm, affecting these two factors. Honorable moderator, we have shown how the first two parameters are not being fulfilled due to the harms working from home brings for a company. Now I'll come up with the third parameter, cost effectiveness. While it is undeniably true that the adoption of remote work can yield some initial cost saving for a company on office space and infrastructure, but we have to keep in mind that a company's growth and betterment lies in its work efficiency and revenue, not just in reducing costs. and expenditures. Whether working from home can save some cost for a company, it can cost more on the possibilities of data breaches due to the remote workers and providing logistical supports to the remote employees. If you look at the cybersecurity concerns of remote work introduces cybersecurity challenges, especially when employees access sensitive data from various locations and devices. As my first speaker has already mentioned that there is not enough logistical supports, the chances of data breaches become more high. And if any company provide logistic supports to the remote employees, it will cost more to the company. Honorable Moderator, IBM's Cost of Data Breach Report 2021 shows that companies with 80 to 100% remote employees clocked in at $5.5 million in average cost, and companies with 60 to 80% remote employees average $3.1 million due to the cost of data breaches. Another report shows that 20% companies experienced a data breach due to the remote workers, and 24% of the companies saying that they had to pay unexpected expenses to resolve the breaches. These data breaches, because of the security problem of the remote workers, can cause reputation damage and increase companies' expenses through increasing data recovery costs, insurance premium costs, company stock price, and affecting shareholders' values. Honorable Moderator, when a single data breach can cost a company bunch of unexpected expenses, then how on earth working from home can be cost effective? Question remains. Honorable Moderator, here another overarching concern pertains to the negative impacts on company culture, which in essence inflict harm upon the company as whole. A Gallup study surveying more than 15 million employees indicated that those with best work buddy are 7 times as likely to be engaged in their work, in their job, are better of engaging customers, producing high quality work. Another study shows that companies with high engagement have higher customer loyalty, profitability than their peers. And because of less employee engagement in working from home, it harms companies' profitability, companies' productivity, and efficiency. Honorable Moderator, it can causes company a big financial loss. Yahoo CEO Marissa Mayer restricted working remotely to boost innovation and engagement because innovative ideas only come from collective collaborations. Honorable Moderator, when an employee works remotely, it becomes hard to evaluate his performance, and remote work reduces competition for promotion among the employees. This affects companies' overall efficiency and performance, as employees have not any chance to improve their skills, improve their working productivity. In our contention, these counterbalancing detriments substantiate the assertion that in comparison to the benefits it brings, working from home brings more significant harm for a company. Honorable Moderator, we have shown the parameters of cost efficiency, we have shown work efficiency, we have shown the productivity of the employees, and in every parameters, this working from home cannot fulfill these parameters, cannot meet these parameters, and we have shown that working from home brings more harms than benefits for a company. Thank you, Honorable Moderator. Thank you, everyone.
Now it's a time for rebuttal. I'd like to request Cadet Safin Jawed Mugda to speak for the motion.
Thank you, respected moderator, for giving me the floor once again. My dear opponents, we have already solved all your problems, but you keep on bringing the same arguments again and again. I suggest you to do some more research on Google before you come here and fight with us. Then again, my dear opponent's first speaker has shined light on working in an office allows for more in-person collaboration with colleagues, which can lead to more experience. But let us all dial back to the dreadful period of 2020. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics of the United States, total civilian employment fell by 8.8 million over 2020 as all the in-office companies had come to a sudden halt. So tell me, my dear opponents, what were the people of so much experience doing at that time? Were they the ones contributing to the companies or the employees working from home? I insist for an answer. My dear opponents, just think of it in a feminine perspective. Almost every female employees of the world have to go on maternity leave when they become pregnant with their children. As a result, they are deprived from doing their respective work. But if companies allow their employees to work from home, then the employees on maternity leave can even do their work being in bed rest, and they can work from their homes. So obviously it would be beneficial for the companies, my dear opponents. Respected moderator, working from home is the greatest facility that a company can offer their employees. But my opponents are here again and again bragging about the harms brought by the employees who work from home. Eventually, if it was indeed true, then why would the companies allow their employees to work from their homes? Don't forget, Apple, the richest company in the entire world with a net worth of $2.82 trillion, also employ their employees to work from home thrice a week. So my stubborn opponents, the result of working from home is excessively appreciable for a company's production, which is proved by our team's genuine and concrete dialectics. August gathering. I think our opponents are vainly trying to prove that working from home brings harms for the company and giving the logics in this regard. But I must say that you are definitely sleeping with your eyes wide open, because globally, 74% of the companies are hybrid one, and some of the successful among them are Apple, Google, Microsoft, Meta, FedEx, and so on. Finally, if you still think that working from home brings harms for the companies, then you are just quibbling around the field, my dear opponents. At the very end, I respectively disagree our dear opponent's logic and invite us to this side of the house, which is standing strong with firm logics and facts. With this invitation, I'd like to conclude my speech here. Thank you, August presence, for your patience hearing.
Now it's time for Talha Mahmud to speak against the motion.
Thank you, Honorable Moderator, for giving me this floor again. Honorable Moderator, just for the sake of the argument, just for the sake of the debate, I'm agreeing that working from home is beneficial. But why remote working was introduced just during the pandemic? We're not in the Stone Age in 2018 to 2019, because it was always treated as the second option. Honorable Moderator, surely Elon Musk knows how to run a company better than us. If working from home is very much beneficial, then why Elon Musk and all other companies declare end to the remote working just after the pandemic? Because they know working from home is not beneficial for a company when it is the question of collaboration, when it is the question of work efficiency, when it is the question of productivity. Honorable Moderator, they just give some examples but didn't give any proper data. They just say this company did this, that company did that, but didn't give any strong argument, any strong point. But we have gave 3 ice-breaking points: lack of productivity, lack in collaboration, employees' autonomy and obligations. That means it is clear who is saying cock and bull stories and who is logical. Then they didn't even answer any of our questions that are questioned by our our speakers, reminding the parameters of benefits and harms again: work efficiency, cost effectiveness, and productivity. In every portion of these parameters, we have substantiated our stance, proving that working from home never meets the demand, never brings more benefits, rather brings more harms. I'd like to request the counterparts to broaden their perspective. While their stance and statements have focused on only employees' flexibility in the context of working from home, when in the context, our aim in this debate is to proving the benefits or harms in the terms of company's profitability. Does it ring any bells? Honorable Moderator, we have clearly, purely, and surely proved and shown that working from home never meets our parameters. That indicates the company's harm or benefit. While a single data breach can render the supposed financial advantages of remote setup void and null, while the remote work offers potential cost savings on office space and infrastructure, but turns into substantial loss, then how on earth you can say that working from home brings more benefit than harms? Question remains. Thank you, Honorable Moderator. Thank you, everyone.
We all might agree that we have enjoyed a very lively debate in this session. We all are eagerly waiting for the results to be announced very soon. I myself have enjoyed a very lively debate today. During the COVID-19, like online education, working from home has become a very, it has become a reality that we couldn't avoid. There are advantages as well as disadvantages of working from home. The debaters who spoke for the motion very strongly told about some advantages of working from home, such as flexibility, cost efficiency, and the expansion of business through e-commerce or e-business. And those who spoke against the motion, they said about some negative points of working from home, such as loneliness of employees and poor networking, which leads to less interaction among employees of the company, that leads ultimately to less productivity for the company. And they also have mentioned about some mental issues which might be caused as a result of working from home for a long time. And they have also spoken points like less efficiency and less productivity as a result of working from home. However, this debate will continue for long, and I hope that from today's debate, there will be enough food for rethinking and consideration for the policymakers in future. However, we have got the results The results are in my hand. I would like to congratulate both the teams who have won the competition and who have lost. The winning team is Faujdarhat Cadet College. And the best speaker is Cadet Shafin Jawed Mugda. Congratulations to both the teams. And with this, I would like to conclude today's session. Thank you very much.